Unmute, unmute. There we go. Here we are. Hello, everybody. Hello, Steph.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
You're my hero.
I loved your premiere.
Wasn't it great?
Yeah, it was. It was
over
really
and over. I will watch it over and over. I'm just letting you know now.
Yeah, that was too funny.
I'm sad that I don't have more footage. The video where I got the sock was taken down for whatever reason. But I am so glad that in the middle of my sleep, pretty much, I at least grabbed that part because that part
yeah. That was probably the best part anyway. So
I was like a little kid. I mean, I really, truly, when you get like the best toy in the world for Christmas, that was that was that feeling.
I know I wanted to jump through my computer when I was watching it too. So,
hey everybody, and I apologize for the F-bomb. I missed it through editing. I normally don't do that. I normally don't say such words. And I don't know how it was the sock, and I didn't catch it. And I do apologize to anybody that was sitting there with their children. I deeply apologize because that was awkward. Steph and I were actually sitting in the green room watching the premiere so we could hear and see each other during the premiere. And I don't know what my face looked like, but I know what it felt like. It felt really hot. It felt really hot
shocked
and really red. I was pretty shocked. I was pretty shocked that I said such things.
Yeah.
I do, and that's fine. It's just at night it's fine, not
right.
So for that I apologize. The B word is one thing, but the F word, that's that's a whole nother level. So yeah. Anyway, so thank you for making that video.
Absolutely.
I've had a lot of amazing people in my life and they've done amazing things, but that one is like up there because it took a lot of time and effort and caring and talent. And then on top of this, you made a video that I could like watch for the rest of my life. And I'm not trying to be funny right now. I'm being dead serious. Like, I'm so touched by that. I really am.
I had a lot of fun making it. But while I was making it, you have these nerves, like it feels like you're trying to be a comedian up on stage. Yeah. And, there's always this fear that when you're up there and that this audience is watching you and you make a joke and then nobody laughs.
Yeah.
So in the back of my mind, that was my fear, especially like watching it over and over again so many times to edit it.
Because you became into it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope this is funny, so.
And it's actually even funnier every time I watch it because I don't remember saying half the things that you managed to grab.
Yeah. I mean, it was, it was from that first video that you went on with the Bad Boys of Reselling. And then, of course, several of Donna and T and Lori's videos. So I just went around and I was looking for those clips and I just grabbed a bunch of clips.
Yeah.
And then I built the script around the clips. So
that's pretty incredible. I don't even know that I, as much as I love to edit, would have the patience for that.
Yeah. I told you that one night, but just so everybody else knows, like I spent all day last Saturday editing it.
Yeah.
And I did it on my iPad. And then I got to the very end of the video and I went to publish it and the whole application crashed. So then I had to go back on Sunday, spend all day Sunday editing it on my computer this time. So yeah, it was crazy, but I was bound and determined to get it done.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it was a lot of fun.
It's amazing. Yeah. I'm still blown away by it. But you've always, and I don't know why, but for whatever reason, you've always like you latched onto the mermaid thing too, and made me laugh like from the get go. So I don't know why I'm surprised, but I guess I just am touched that somebody took that much time and effort and for a minute thought that it wouldn't go over well. I don't know why you would think that. So I mean, everybody
I
loves
don't know, like when I find something that I know that somebody's going to like, sending them a gift, comes from the right place with me. It's not fake. I don't do it to expect anything from it. It's just more that, oh, this person's really going to like this and I want to do this for them.
Mm-hmm.
So like after the sock came out and everybody saw it and it blew up, I was just pretty shocked because that was not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah,
it was just crazy. It was just absolutely nuts.
Me neither. And in all honesty, I'm a little jealous of the sock. I mean, I've worked really hard in growing my channel. I try to be funny, and this thing can just do this. Hey, everybody. And, oh, want to be on our show? Yeah. Really? I mean,
you try so hard to make yourself funny or to make an impression, and then you find this one stupid thing that everybody just goes crazy over.
I didn't like cleverly think it up. No, I accidentally, I ordered something that didn't come in time. So I switched gears, downloaded the program. And then on top of that, I accidentally hit a button that made this guy pop up, the other one. And suddenly it's, and then we've got Donna here. I love Donna. I'm on her show all the time. But every day I get like a message. So are you going to be on the auction tomorrow? Well, yeah.
Right.
And she gives me is you or the sock? And every day I say, well, which do you prefer, me or the sock? And now we have this guy to add to that. Like, do you want me? Do you want me in this one? Do you want Argyle? Like, who do you want? And I think ultimately she loves Argyle, but she really loves this guy now too.
Aww.
And I think I'm just like past memory,
Donna, which version of me do you want today?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh, that's too funny.
Love you, Donna. Even though you don't love me anymore.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So hey, that was actually a long little, whatever you call that beginning part. So let's say hello to some of our, and I'm sure I'll let the chat go too far. No, actually, there we go. We've got there we go. We got Maureen.
Hello, Maureen.
She says, I see you. We got this guy. This guy's hilarious. I want him to do some for Argyle someday.
Hello, Canton's Treasures.
He always makes me laugh. We got Miss Hot Mess Thrifter, Amy.
Hi, Amy. Hello, Summers 422.
We always have fun with this name, Katap.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. Her name's Carrie.
Oh, hello, Carrie. Katap. Hello, Betty Webb.
And all the way from Australia.
Hello, Michelle.
Good day, mate.
Hello, T.
T. She never plays favorites. She loves them all.
I know. Yeah. I know.
We got Lucinda.
Hello, Lucinda.
And she never forgets to put me and Argyle on the thumbnails. Just saying. Both of them. Both.
Yep. That's right.
That's right.
You guys are not one entity.
No.
Hello, Mary Brown. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Susan.
Hey, Susan.
Hello, Amy Jo. Hi, Copper State Treasures. Hi, Siggy.
Cleopatra in the house. That's a new name. Welcome, Cleopatra.
Hello, Cleopatra.
What do you think of the sock? I always wonder when people come into the auctions and they see a sock there, like, what the?
Oh, like especially if you
more
come
people.
right in the middle of something. So.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward. I'm surprised
Hello, and Bill.
don't say what the heck is going on in here.
Hi, Marie.
I have had people question their drug use, like whether or not they were on drugs or not, when they see the sock.
Hello, Deals. It was funny, really funny. Thank you. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Donna. I still haven't opened your package yet. I have a bowling ball of plush here.
Kilo? Yeah. He's a drug lord. Douglas Harvest, how you doing?
Hi, Douglas.
Papa Smurf.
Hello, Papa Smurf.
Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
He was there and saw the birth of it all.
Hello, Alex. I know he wants one.
He does. And he wants, I think he wants a Ninja Turtle one.
Yeah, he said Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
And he wants you to take it on a road trip too. So
absolutely. When all this is said and done, I'm going on a road trip for sure.
Hello, girls. Jackie and Sarah.
Did you like I don't know if they stuck around long enough to see the little picture of them at the end pretending to be a puppet master and flipping everybody off.
Oh.
I just feel like that picture captured their essence. It's everything of who they are.
Hi, Catherine. I won't, I promise I won't like remove your comment. I removed her comment the other night on accident.
Hey, everybody. What else we got? I think that's, if I missed anybody, I do apologize. There's probably, there's Danny May.
Hi, Danny May.
Hi.
Hello, Cha Cha. I got your package today. I ordered some gloves from her for my husband. They were like medical gloves, but they had been expired, so you can't sell them. And my husband uses them for all the chemicals and stuff at his work.
Yeah.
And so I ordered some gloves from her.
Hey,
Hi, Carlton.
Good to see you. But yeah. All right, that's our show, folks. Have a nice night. Just kidding.
Bye.
Bye. I told her backstage, I said, we've got 30 seconds. If you want to bow out now, now's your chance. And she's like,
I left. I wanted to throw up. No, just kidding. Not really.
Yeah, I won't ask you anything too personal or uncomfortable. It's not. I mean, this is really just, hanging out, getting to know each other a little better. I've always been curious about more of your background. I do watch your videos, but I don't always. I haven't watched you for a very long time. I mean, when I started watching you, so I know you had already been established before I came across you. As far as like the 1,000, miles.
Yeah. So, well, my YouTube channel is 10 years old. And when I first started my channel, it was about dieting and, kind of my journey through that. About 4 years into it, I took a 3-year hiatus, came back for a little while, and then took another 3-year hiatus until January. So last January, I actually started to watch a lot of reselling videos. I was trying to figure out something that I wanted to do because I always wanted to work at home. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed that the most. So about a year ago, I started watching resellers. And so the last year I was watching them, and I didn't even go into the chats until January, until I started doing videos on my channel again. So it's this weird process of trying to transition, your channel into something that's totally different.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I'm at right now is reselling. I'm going to leave my name, Steph's Universe, because I want to do videos that are not just about reselling,
Mm-hmm.
like anything that's going on in my life, things like that. I don't want to limit it in case I do decide to do other content on the videos,
Mm-hmm.
basically. So,
Yeah, that's kind of
yeah,
where I'm at too.
yeah. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I love the reseller community. I don't think I'll find a tighter knit group of people.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I would like to expand and um, get to know some other communities. I don't know where I'm going to find time for that. I love these people so much. I like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I spend all my time on them. So
I know. I know. There's so many great people in the community.
yeah. Um, Treasure Hustlers keep saying something about telling on me. I mean, if they're talking about a certain game that we played on Lori's show, I've already told her. So can't tell on me if I already admitted it. Yeah, we were on Lori's last night, and you've been on there. One thing leads to another, and we were playing Truth or Dare. Yeah, I doubt that the video is still up. If I put money, if I were to put money on it, I'd say the video is not still up.
I was lurking.
Were you for all of it?
Yeah, the whole time.
Oh well. Oh well. It is what it is.
Oh, oh gosh.
There we go.
That's too funny.
Thanks, Donna. Yeah, I have fun on. It's like I have two lives. I have,
Amy.
or maybe more than two, but I have two YouTube lives. I have Donna and T and their auctions, and then I have Lori and Brandon at night. I often get asked when I sleep. I basically just sleep in between each show.
I don't know how you do it. I mean, there's so much going on, and you're on the same time zone as I am.
Yeah. Ironically, my sleep has always, well, not always, but within the last 5 years or so, I never sleep longer than 2 hours at a time anyway. I have to get up, go to the bathroom, or I just happen to wake up. And so this is actually, it works for me because if I try to sleep 6 hours straight or 8 hours straight, well, I can't for one, but if I were to, I wake up and I'm groggy all day and it doesn't feel right. But broken up sleep for me seems to feel right.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm definitely a night owl. I've always been that way. Even when I've tried to change my sleep schedule, I've still always been a night owl. But 5 a.m. is a little bit, it's kind of rough, especially like during the week. I still, I don't have to go to work right now because I do most of my work at home, but I still have to get up and work. So it is a little rough. And I will set my alarm for later to get 6 or 7 hours sleep, but my son's dogs wake me up. So, they may wake me up if I go to bed at 5. They may wake me up at 9 or 10 o'clock, So
I'm not good with routine. Like my last job, it was a typical 9 to 5, which they were pretty flexible, and I changed to 11 to 7 because of YouTube, because I was up so late for one, and then also the auctions would start right as I was leaving work, and I'd miss half of everything, and so I'd end up actually staying at work just to watch everything until everything was over, and sometimes not leaving work till 10 o'clock at night, sometimes later, depending on who had what. And that just got grueling. Like I'd go in at 11 and not leave sometimes till 11. It's just,
that's rough. That is really rough.
I turn around and do it the next day. So, I don't like that kind of schedule. So a broken up schedule, a different schedule every day works very well for me. It always has.
Oh, John's here. Hey, John. Nevermore Antiques.
Hey, John, what's up? Janine, welcome. Got a few more people pop in since we greeted everyone.
Thank you, Catherine.
All right, so just your basics. You're a mom. How many kids do you have?
I have 4.
4.
So they're all adults. I'm 47. And I have 3 boys, 27, one that on tax day is about to turn 26. And then my youngest boy is 18. And then, or not 18, sorry, 21. He would kill me if I said that. He just turned
Yeah.
21. And then my daughter is, gosh, it's like when you have so many kids and they get up there, you're like, how old are they again? Yeah, my daughter just turned 23. So yeah, I have all 4 adult kids and 2 grandchildren. So my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter, is about to turn 7, and then the grandbaby was born in October.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah.
You don't look old enough for all that action, but you know.
Well, I'm glad for all that action.
That's a lot. Hey, Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin's here. Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, busy. And I have 2 of them, my oldest and youngest, living with me right now. So it's been interesting. Before that, my daughter and son-in-law lived with us for probably about 6 months to try to save some money. So it's kind of interesting around here. But now we're all kind of like, there's still 4 of us in the house, and with all this stuff going on.
That was my next question. Let's talk about the thing a little bit, like what
Okay.
day-to-day looks like.
Yeah.
How's the mood set in the house and tempers and.
Yeah. So all 4 of us work. We have essential jobs, and we all kind of go different directions. My job now, I'm doing the work at home. Little stressful because since we all work in different places, if one of us were to get that thing, then we all go down.
Right.
So that is a little bit of a challenge, being in a household with 4 different people that all have essential jobs and work. We could potentially all go down for it.
Right. What are you doing to kind of help prevent that? Like, what's your routine look like as far as?
Well, so most everybody that has seen me knows I work for Chick-fil-A. My youngest son works there too. So he actually goes in to Chick-fil-A. But we actually, they're very, very, very strict on their standards. They have a higher standard than even the health department. And so they're actually evolving as this stuff evolves. And so we split our shifts between all of our people, where Monday through Wednesday we have one team of people, and then Thursday through Saturday we have another team of people. And so that way, if there was a person that got sick, there's a corporate policy out there, that basically you would shut down the store. They would have an outside company come in and sanitize everything. Yeah. And then from there, depending on that person who was around, whoever they were around, cannot come back to work.
Right.
For the amount of quarantine days. And then the other team would basically have to kind of pick up the slack. So the CDC actually just came out and recommended masks for everybody when they go out. So corporate just sent out a memo. My operator is having somebody locally make almost 200 masks so that every employee can have 2 masks. And so that's going to be a requirement that when they're working, they have to wear a mask. So that's as far as that affects my son more than it does me, because I still have to I just walk into the back of the store, I grab invoices and I leave. I can't come in contact with anybody, basically. Well, my husband, he works in a motorcycle shop. They have, front people that they deal with, but he's a mechanic. So he does all the repairs. He does farm equipment and all that other stuff, which is essential. So he's usually not around anybody but a couple of workers.
Yeah.
And my oldest son, he works for a prosthetic place, and there's just a couple of them that work there. So, we all are pretty much separate from other people. where hopefully, we're in a good position. And then my other kids that live outside the home, I'm just not even in contact with them right now. Like my second oldest son, he's a mailman. And so he, has an essential job, and he just tries to be very careful and wear gloves and have wipes and all of that good stuff.
So when you guys get home from work, is there like a routine that you do before you go back into the house?
I mean, I haven't gone out of the house in like a week.
Oh, okay.
So like, yeah, I mean, my husband will take his shoes and all that off and wash his hands, do the normal like routine that you would for this. Me, I haven't gone out in a week. And then yesterday, I think I ran to the dollar store and like I was sanitizing everything when I walked back into the store. I wiped you guys' stuff down before I mailed it.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. All the stuff that I've been opening and not even really.
Yeah, and I know, like, depending on the surface, it lives different time periods, but I still wipe stuff down.
Yeah.
So.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oops. Like I got the mermaid and this and what time is it?
Bye.
The peach. All at the same time, and no, I did not sterilize any of it. Oh well. I don't know. I have a pretty safe immune system. I don't get sick. When I do, it's not pretty, but I usually get over it really quick. I just have a really good immune system. Very thankful for that. But so what you're saying is I should probably eat at Chick-fil-A because their standards are really high.
I mean, I'm very impressed with the standards. Like, we have people that take the order outside, face-to-face people is what they call them. We actually put, and I can't speak for other stores because some of these are like they're mandated by corporate, and then other things may be very hardly suggested, like very recommended. Yeah. But we have tape down outside where it's like 6 feet away from the cars.
Yeah.
So, we have that, and now we're going to be wearing masks. They're going to be wearing masks taking everybody's order, so I feel like,
being honest, I went through McDonald's. I don't know what day it was. I would say probably 2 weeks ago. I went through McDonald's drive-thru, and it was during all this, not one glove, not one mask, and I was just like, I'm just surprised with food workers that they don't get more complaints about that than anything else.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess in theory they'd have to change their gloves every time and every customer, and for it to even be effective.
Yeah, see, we were not. I don't know about now because it's, like I said, it keeps evolving. But at first, we were not mandated for gloves because if you wear gloves, a lot of times you're more than likely not to wash your hands as often.
Right.
Because you're like touching one thing after the other repeatedly.
Sorry.
It's only 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I have Tourette's.
That's supposed to not come out until later, after midnight.
You triggered my keyword.
I know. That's too funny. Yeah, I mean, where my mom lives in Colorado, and I can't remember what drive-thru she went through, but she said, and this was like right when they started their lockdown stuff. So it was probably a couple of weeks ago. But she said she went through a drive-thru and the girl had gloves on. They would put the food on the tray and then just push the tray out, and then the customer would have to grab the food off the tray. And the girl was just clueless. She's like, yeah, I don't know why we're doing this. It's like, it's just repeatedly training and explaining to people, especially the young ones, like the Generation Zs or the younger millennials, having to explain to them several times the importance of this and why,
Yeah, all they know is they want to go play with their friends because everybody's off. They see this as a vacation, and it's truly not.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like we have very safe practices.
yeah,
Each store is individually owned and operated. Yeah, there's no restaurant that's perfect. People make mistakes, but, definitely as much as possible minimizing, any kind of risks at all. So,
yeah. So, what's the mood like in your house?
it's pretty good. Like I can tell you that a couple weeks ago, my mom and my sister, it was like right before all this blew up. Cause since we live in Texas, Texas has kind of been like the last place, it just feels like like from the east to the west, kind of coming in towards the center of the US.
Hmm.
So, I had a conversation with my mom 2 or 3 weeks ago before everything blew up, and my mom and my sister kind of gave me a panic attack, because they were like, oh my gosh, you need to go out and do this and this and this. And I was like, oh, what are you talking about? So like these hidden anxieties, started surfacing where they made me really nervous. um, but our mood is pretty good. I mean, I went out and I had bought groceries. I don't have to go to the store very much. um, we are maintaining our distance and staying safe. So I think overall we have a pretty good mood,
Yeah.
a pretty good attitude about everything. I think it's everybody else in society that's irritating the crap out of me, just dumb people. Like, we just went on a city lockdown this past week. I don't remember when it was, like Wednesday or something. Um, but people are just, like they put caution tape around the picnic tables and the playground equipment on the playgrounds, in the parks and stuff. And you see on Facebook where people are, driving by and a lady ripped the caution tape off and she and her kids were playing all over the playground equipment.
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, people, take responsibility,
Yeah.
take personal responsibility for
Yeah.
yourself. So I see that happening everywhere. And I can tell you, like driving down the street, you wouldn't know anything was different other than like the gyms being closed and the hairdressers being closed, things like that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of weird. My concern is if people don't get their acts together, they're going to have to get even more strict and shut even more things down, So, yeah.
That's
And then
my
my
concern.
daughter, of course, my daughter lost her job. She was laid off. I don't know if you were in that chat, but she was laid off the other day. She works at a food distribution company that, um, the semi drivers go and deliver food to all the restaurants and stuff. Well, the restaurants are not ordering as much food. So they're having to redo their routes and everything. And as a result, they had to lay off a ton of people. And if it keeps going, she said possibly they'll have to move it to where everything goes out of Dallas.
Yeah.
Because Dallas is the main city where they're at. So it's kind of
Yeah. I
crazy.
mean, according to like traffic cams and Google Earth and all that, Dallas has been pretty good about staying off the streets, and maybe that's why we're getting less cases. I mean, Texas only has had 80 deaths and all this, and that's like nothing compared to some of the other areas. So
Right, right.
there's rumors here
Yeah,
and
I
there, but
mean,
it's because they haven't tested, but apparently they have tested, and our numbers are still really really low.
yeah. And they just started really testing here last Friday. They brought in a mobile unit so they can do like 100 extra tests per day. And so our cases here are still relatively low. I think in our city, it's about 48 total.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't include the little surrounding towns or anything like that, but it's still not huge compared to other cities. We have 300,000 people. So 48 people right now out of 300,000. And I think of the 48 people, the last that I read, there was like one person that was critical. And then the original lady in our town, they came back. She had actually gotten it from a trip to Egypt.
Yeah.
And it was the last like it was right before they announced that they were going to shut down um, people coming in on planes from other countries. And so she took a trip with some like 13 other people or something to Egypt, and they
Yeah.
all came back, and they were trying to hurry and get back before the lockdown happened. And then 2 days later, she developed symptoms. Well, all that whole group of people were tested. She was the only one that tested positive. And so none of the others developed it. And then she actually had, this is on an article that I read. I watched a news thing of her. She was actually one of the people that took that anti-malaria drug,
Yeah.
chloroquine, and she had started to feel better within 24 hours after she started taking it. So she's fully recovered now.
Wow.
So, but we actually had a gravel company yesterday, I think, that the police had to go in and shut that gravel company down because they knew 2 employees had tested positive, and they were told to shut down, and they didn't do it. And now there's probably, I don't know how many cases coming that are linked to that gravel company.
Wow.
So people are just stupid.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just always find it interesting to hear how people are holding up being shut in their house. Because
yeah. And I mean, we're not like totally locked up,
No, you're not. You're kind of an exception. And that's another. I didn't even consider that exception of there are people, obviously like Joey, that's a mailman, still having to go out and work, and that's a whole other set of stressors. Like number one, like dang, I wish I could stay home. Number two, being out there amongst the public and being constantly worried that you're going to come in contact with. I don't think I can handle that kind of paranoia. And I'm not even really a germaphobe.
I felt really bad for the girl. Like when I went to Dollar General last week and I walked in there, the girl, her overall mood was, I'm scared. She's wearing gloves to stock things, and she's constantly around people coming in and out of the store. And she's like, honestly, my family doesn't want me to work right now, and I have to work. So a lot of the retail people, and the people that are essentials having to work, it kind of sucks. And then people treat you like crap.
I can't even... cabin fever, like Papa Smurf said, what's worse is cabin fever or having to be out there. And I don't know what's worse. I really don't.
Yeah. And it's really hard. So like, anybody that's still going out there and you're buying things, just, treat people with respect, because these people have their own fears and they have their own families to go home to. And, even like the customers that come through our drive-throughs, some of them are angry people. And it's like, we're staying open, we're trying to provide you a service, and you're treating our employees like crap.
What are the lines like there? Because they were already off the chain. Like they are here in Dallas. It's always wrapped around the building.
Yeah, I mean, we're still busy, but since we're a test store for food delivery, and which we're very fortunate to have, because that helps. I mean, our sales are down, but we do several hundred deliveries a day now for food delivery since this happened.
Can I put my order?
Whereas before, our high for the day was like 40.
Yeah.
So now we can get like 200 to 400 deliveries a day that we're delivering at people's doors, and of course now they're offering, like all the delivery places are offering, where it's just leave at the door. So you don't even make contact with
That's why it is here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not, I love cooking and not whatnot, but like my body doesn't love it so much anymore. So it is convenient to just order Uber Eats or whatever, but I'm a little worried that it's going to get to a point where they decide, you know what, everybody has to stay in, and those people included, the delivery
Yeah.
people, what am I going to do? It's
I
like,
know, I know. And I really hope they don't go to that extreme, because I think the whole reason why they leave a lot of the restaurants open is for that very reason. People who can't get out and get groceries and things like that, they need something, So, yeah. I forgot what else I was going to say about that, but yeah,
yeah,
it's just weird times. It's just really weird times right now.
it is. Yeah, I've never been
But
through anything like I've been through the threat of, the apocalypse a million times because it's always something that we think we're going to die from. But this
right.
is different. This is way different. I've never been
Yeah, I
shut in
know.
like this.
I mean, if for some reason I didn't have any work to do, I've become a hoarder with my reselling stuff. So,
Apparently now's the time to sell it. People are buying. I guess they're bored and they're going online and just spending money. And people do tend to spend money when there's, at least I do. Like it's a
I know.
therapy for me to go shopping. So, you know,
Right. Right. I know. It's crazy.
yeah, I really should be taking advantage of it and selling some stuff that I've been, I guess, hoarding for lack of better words. Hey,
You
Boba
know, and
Buddy.
I've heard of some of these. I've seen people in the chat say this, and my daughter, before she was laid off, she even received, like, they give people letters if you are an essential employee. Well,
Oh,
our city is not to the point of requiring that letter yet. They're like, we're going to leave you on the honor system. But, people are not smart. So, we can only hope that these things don't get worse where they have
yeah.
to go to, really huge lockdowns. So,
Yeah. Who knows? Last I heard that Dallas is going to be May 20th. But
oh,
during
before
my
it starts
vacation,
opening up.
yeah, I was supposed to drive to Donatella's and vlog it and all that fun stuff because both of our birthdays are in May, and hers being 14th, mine 19th, and I was just going to drive out there and vlog it all and have fun and do whatever when I got there, and then drive back or whatever. And that's obviously postponed
Yeah. Yeah.
because I'm not going to drive that far, during this. Wouldn't be a good
Right.
idea.
Right.
Just wouldn't, all the gas stations in between, and it's just not worth risking anything. But anyway, does anybody have any questions for Miss Steph? Uh-oh. Donna said she just had an alert. The sheriff just died in West Palm Beach.
Oh.
Yikes. If you have any questions, just type the word question or put some question marks so I can kind of see it. It's hard to read the chat sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, there's all different types of scenarios, but it's all relative. We're all of us being affected by this. So
Right. Right.
yeah.
Missed a lot of the chat here.
Yeah, I always go back and read it. So if you guys ever like want to leave me a message in chat, I'll always go back and read it. So Mary Brown would like to know where do you live?
Where do I live? I live in Amarillo. I
Hello.
live 6 hours west of Robin.
Yeah. That's another road trip I want to take someday. That'd be fun. We could do a little collab.
Oh, Susan, I don't want to talk about my weight loss journey. It's depressing because I'm back up.
Well,
Susan, I still have a playlist. I did that in a separate playlist.
June, do you think it'll get worse? Everything always gets worse before it gets better. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but I think the worst part is going to be just the people losing their damn minds. There's going to be PTSD out of this. There's going to be unemployment out of this. There's not going to be a whole lot of jobs, especially remote jobs, to be had because they're going to be all
Right.
taken.
Right.
There's going to be a lot of repercussions that people aren't even thinking about yet that are even more stressful than your day-to-day stress. So yeah, I
Right.
think it's going to get worse in different ways. It'll get better in some. So, I mean,
Well, and like you're talking about the
mm,
stress of the household. My son is separated, and so he lives here, and right now, since all this happened, he doesn't get to see his girls. So that is really, really hard on him.
yeah,
He is very
it's,
attached to his girls. And the only thing that he can do right now is, FaceTime,
yeah.
So that's really hard on him.
I mean, I can't even imagine if this were to have happened in like the 70s or even the
Right.
80s for that matter, because dial up wasn't, you know what I mean? We wouldn't be able to have all these people that we could talk to and see, not even text. We were able to, what, AOL in the 90s.
Yeah,
That's it.
and well, and not only that, like communication lines, but there was no eBay, there was no Amazon. I remember a time where you would mail order from a magazine, and it
Yeah.
would take what, 6 weeks to get an
Yeah.
item.
6 to 8 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Donna, where's Donna's question at?
How many platforms do you sell on?
So, okay, so when I first started, I started Amazon and eBay. I was doing retail arbitrage on Amazon, and I started buying garage sale items and thrift store items, and I started working on building my eBay business. And after, I mean, I sent in like several times. I sent in items to Amazon for FBA, and just over time, I was struggling to keep up with two platforms because, like, working and stuff, I just didn't have that kind of time. So I do have a couple of things left on Amazon, but mainly I just have some books that I have here that's fulfilled by merchant.
Yeah.
And the rest right now, I'm just doing eBay part time. But I'm trying to ramp up my eBay store. Like when I started last year, had some issues when my daughter came and lived with us, so kind of put reselling on the back burner for a while. So in January, I started really pumping out my store again, and so I went from less than 100 items, and I think I'm over 400 items in my eBay store. So right now, just eBay mainly.
Put a banner up for you.
Oh, there we go. My best top items to resell. Um, so one of my, a niche that I have found is I'm fortunate enough to have a local auction house that I've vlogged about this a lot, but I get a ton of items for super cheap. And, in the process, like, it's probably kind of like when you do storagetreasures.com, where you can kind of
Mhm.
look and research before you decide whether or not to bid. So through that, I bought a ton of items. And I have found that, like, vintage items sell better for me than some of my thrift store items,
Yeah.
like the Vaseline glass and
Yeah.
things like that. So
Do you
I
ever
don't know. I
watch Bargain
sell,
Barons?
do what?
You ever heard of Bargain Barons?
Yeah, you mentioned that. I don't
Yeah,
think
they
I've
love that
watched them
Vaseline
yet.
glass. You
They
need to
do the
check them
Vaseline glass. Yeah, I want to do a video on the Vaseline glass that I still have, and kind of show it under the black light and
out. That
everything.
was cool.
So, but yeah, I sell so many different items. It's hard to pinpoint that it's just one type of item because, like, I started out doing clothing, and I freaking hate clothing. I swear I need to auction off boxes of the rest of my clothing because I have a death pile of clothes that I just don't want to list. And then it just kind of evolved. sealed DVDs that I'd find at the thrift store super cheap, and
Yeah.
vintage glass. And I have so much stuff here that I just need to list it. So it's really hard to pinpoint just one particular item. I also like to buy baseball caps at the thrift stores too. So I've sold some of those.
Yeah, I love my baseball caps. I actually stole one from Joey. I decided that he didn't need it, and clearly I did, so I took it. He won a lot on a Donatella's show, and I told her, I was like, Joey said I could have that hat. He did. He texted me and said I could have it. But it's a little Sonic the Hedgehog, kind of similar to this, but it's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
now that I'm back on YouTube, so like when I used to vlog about my weight loss journey, it wasn't in my mind to build my YouTube channel. It was
Right.
more of a personal journey, like a journal thing for me. So now it's like, wow, I want to resell and do, YouTube. And eventually I want to do storage units.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm certainly watching a lot of videos on it.
They look really fun to like go through somebody else's stuff legally. Um, the part that I have a problem with is lifting said boxes and loading trucks and unloading trucks, and that
Yeah.
part wouldn't
Yeah.
go well with me. So I would love to sit and sort through boxes though.
Well, what's funny is that when I first started watching videos and I'd say things like, I'd literally make my husband watch everybody on the TV.
Mhm.
And so we were watching Grimes and Hales and Storage Legends and so many other people that do storage units, Pirate,
Yeah.
and my husband, over time that we would watch these videos, he's like, okay, when are you going to build this thing so we can both go out and do this? And I was
Yeah.
like, you need to be on my YouTube videos with me. And then of course he's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
He said his brother used to make him be in front of videos all the time with those 1980s, what was it called?
Quarters.
The 8mm
Yeah.
films or whatever. And he's like, I don't want to act. So I was like, you're not supposed to act. You're supposed to be yourself.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to have to get a hidden camera to get my husband on
I
camera.
believe you're supposed to be yourself. Some don't believe that, but yeah, dating back to the 80s, my ex had a son that was very animated, and I would have him dress up as all kinds of things and pretend to be like a news anchor, and
Yeah.
just he was a little comedian, so I would kill to have some of those videos. But yeah, I've always played with taping and coming up with skits and comedy, and it's fun. But yeah, when I started all this, the same thing happened. You watch their videos and they make it look so dang fun and easy and lucrative, and you're watching like, I can do that. You know what I mean? Like, how hard is that? You buy a unit, you go through it, you find cool stuff, you sell it. No, it's like
and it's like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Last question, I don't want to say where I buy my stuff at.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a ton of it, and it's just going through it, like the process of researching these items. Now I see, why Donna and T do their auctions and things like that. It's like you only have so much time in the day. I probably have hundreds of items right now that I need to list, and I keep buying stuff. So
yeah. Sorry, I have a message.
I know. Let's see.
Yeah. So yeah, that's when I started. It was did you watch last week where I had Dawn on? My friend from Austin.
Yeah.
She and I were the ones sitting there watching. I was like, watch this.
I was watching it when it went down. Yeah.
So that's how I got inspired to even get in this community. And I would jump in the Hales chats and get to know them and Grimes and all them. And it just it spreads like wildfire. You find one channel you like, and then they recommend 5 more. And
I know it's a chain reaction.
It is. And all the same people are in all the same chats, and you just, becomes like a daily fix that you have to see all your friends.
Yeah.
It just gets to be a lot.
I know. And I keep subbing to people. I'm like, why have I never seen them before?
Right. Every once in a while,
And
it'll pop up, and everybody's like, "What you mean you never been there?" It's like, well, how do you have time? Like, I don't have time for the. I don't even know how many people I subscribe to, but the hundreds of resellers
oh,
that
I know. There's a lot.
yeah, and then on top of that, to come up with your own content and socketry,
Yeah, that Stacy said that's how I found you, Robin. Yeah, I found you through Grimes channel, and I found Grimes channel. I think I found his channel through What the Hales, and
Right.
then I mean it was just like a never-ending chain reaction. You find one person that leads you to, like you
Mhm.
said, 5 more people.
I think the
So
big event for me was the East versus West when they got all together, and then I subscribed to each one of them that had showed up to that.
yeah,
Yeah. What time is it? 4 minutes. We got 4 minutes. Is there any questions you have for me? You're like, no.
as I look around, yeah, everything is like in front of me, and I'm like, yeah, I got a lot of stuff. Catherine, that's funny.
You know what cracks me up is a lot of us that have our little studio set up. If you were to take the camera and pan around what's surrounding that, I wouldn't even do it on a dare. Yeah.
How bad is my floor? No.
Yeah, like
I've got, well, in
in
one of my earlier videos, I showed the other side of my room. And I mean, this room is not that big. So, like, I have boxes. I filmed part of that. No, I didn't. Never mind. I cut a part out of the sock. But in one of my other videos, I showed like boxes on shelves. But beyond that, I've got stuff all over my floor. I've got probably 30 lots of items that have piled up on me, and that doesn't even include my huge stack of clothes.
Yeah, and it does. My main problem is whenever I receive something in the mail, because I do order stuff and I receive stuff from people, and I never throw away the box.
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of a hoarding issue with boxes that I need to address.
I am like this wall behind me, there's actually a bathroom back there. And as I would list the auction items, they came like when you buy the auction lots, they cut half the box off. And so they stick the items in the box.
Mm-hmm.
And as I was listing items, those boxes just kept piling up and up and up. And then I finally threw a bunch away. So just a mess.
Yeah, Catherine Jeebus was actually the first one that I've subscribed to in this community. And I found him through DALLM, whatever, the kid that does the scuba diving that looks for treasure. So the word treasure was in there, and that led me to treasure.
Yeah, I ran into him first too, out of all of the storage. All of the storage people. Yeah.
Yep. It just spiraled.
But like when I first started watching reselling videos, I think I was running into Lindy Glenn, Bearded Picker, Casey Paris, Rockstar Flipper. So like I started branching out into, what did that say?
When you play Truth or Dare.
That's a midnight show.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is my eBay store name? It's actually in the description of my YouTube channel. So you can find a link to my store there if you want to look. Yeah. I was real hesitant to do that. I don't know why, but I'm not the type of person that wants to hide things. I want to be real. But at the same time, I've heard these horror stories of people, sabotaging other people's stores. I was real hesitant to do that, but then I finally just did it anyway. So
yeah, there are some jealous haters out there that like to tear down other channels because they don't have any talent themselves. They don't know how else to make a mark. So it's unfortunate. So that being said, though, we did not get pulled down tonight, so that's good news. We made our
And
hour mark.
only one thumbs down right now.
Well, I have my consistent hater and love them for it. So you're not doing it right unless somebody hates you.
Well,
Period.
I mean, okay, so isn't just even if it's a thumbs down, isn't that an activity on
Yeah,
your
it's
channel?
they just look at engagement, and that's it doesn't hurt me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt my feelings. Like I said, I don't like it when I don't have a thumbs down because that means that somebody's not jealous of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'd rather have one or two. So feel free to hit it again, guys. Don't really care. I mean, one way or the other. But that being said, thank you very much for my sock puppet. Thank you
Oh,
very much for my
absolutely.
video. I will cherish it
Absolutely.
forever. Um, yeah,
It was a blast. And now I know like the whole community wants a puppet.
they do. We had at least almost 30 people in the chat that was like willing to plunk down $50 right then and there. So you better find a way to mass produce these things because people want them.
Oh, yeah. That's just crazy to me. It's like
No, it's not. Look
it's a
how
sock
fucking cute.
puppet.
It's cute. It's a cute. Have you Googled sock puppets? None of this cute. I mean, you don't have to put the mermaid thing on there. That's personalized, and this is a special Robin edition.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But the sock itself.
Did you tell everybody what that said?
Yeah.
Did you tell them at the beginning? I know that it was on the other video, but I just couldn't remember. So
Yeah, I mean, somebody had said in the chat too that something about don't forget your roots or something like that. But and then Chris sent me this mermaid here, so they kind of revives the mermaid a little bit. I know she's not in the chat right now, but Kim, it's about to get real, has my little mermaid, not Little Mermaid Ariel, but like the little stuffed animal mermaid that somebody made of me. Have you seen that?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to be on the travel list.
Yeah. So she's sending that to Donatella right now. I think if Kim hasn't already fixed my shells, then Donna's going to fix my shells because they're rather awkward. They're cringy. They're cringy at best, and I can't handle them. So I think Donna's going to put some clam shells on there, more of the flat ones, the flat round ones, and not the cone shape. Yeah. So hopefully we'll get that resolved, and she'll be a little more photogenic. I can't look at those shells, but yeah. So when Donna gets that back, we'll and then T took the other mermaid, the original one made, of like a statue type thing that wasn't very travel friendly. She actually took that on a trip with her, which is how we found out that it's not very travel friendly. Some of the paint wore off and stuff. But she has some footage that I have yet to put together for the next installment of the Traveling Mermaid. So but we're working on it. We're working on it. So keep your guys' eyes out for the Traveling Mermaid. It's coming back.
See, we said there wasn't any thumbs down, and now there's 3.
Well, I encourage them. Yeah, that's what I get.
Thanks, guys.
Love you. Love you so much. There's probably some haters that were watching me going, "Oh yeah, I forgot to hit thumbs down." Thanks. But anyway,
thanks. I just reminded them. So
yeah. So there's a few auctions going on. I know Hunters, Desert Hunters has one right now. T's about to go on here, if not already, or soon. No, she goes on at 8, I believe. Oh, it is 8. Their time. Maybe she goes on at 9. I don't know. It's so hard to keep track of all the auctions, especially with all this going on. Everybody and their brother has an auction going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's starting now. But that being said, I'm done with you. Thank you for being on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Talbert's mom, my background is literally I just threw a blanket up there. I was gonna put stuff up. My son actually made this picture though.
It's very cool.
It's he drew it for an event that we had at our store, so that it was a Paris theme. So kind of cool. I'll eventually add more stuff to my background, but yeah, thanks for having me.
Siggy, if you want to make Argyle a car seat, I mean, I'm or I don't know, this crafty one over here might do it. Who knows? But yeah, I definitely have to take Argyle on the road, right? Can you imagine if I got pulled over, and I'm going over, but if I got pulled over and like a cop saw me with the puppet recording, I don't think that would go over very well.
What are you jokesters thumbs downing this video? Now they took it away. I don't even understand YouTube.
Oh, I don't even care. But anyway, thanks for coming, guys. Keep your eye out for the Octaves. Teas just started, and you know, if you're like me, I'll go into 2 and 3 of them at a time. We also got Desert.
Yeah, I do that too. Yep.
I don't know if you're going to be there tonight, but I'll be on Lori's show on the flip side tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Live, and of course, Truth or Dare, something's going to happen, I'm sure. Yeah,
No more
Grimes Vines is live right now. Everybody's live right now, so don't catch what you can. But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.